Day 22 of my 31-day challenge, and this is part 2. And this was a long question. I didn't realize I had written on both sides of the pages, and so it's like a big long list of values. Okay, so you're really going to know me quite well. Okay, so what the question was look up the values on Google and then kind of relate it to yourself and to your persona and what values you believe that you have. So I did. So this is the second page. Okay, so wisdom. Okay, I have wisdom. Yeah, I have wisdom. You don't get to be 63 without having some wisdom. Okay, so we're going to mark that one a 10. No, I can't say 10 because I think you always have more to learn, right? So let's say 8 because I'm close to the end of my journey, right? Trustworthiness. Yeah, I'm trustworthy. If you tell me something, you tell me not to tell somebody else, I won't tell them. You could leave your valuables with me and you would get them back. Those type of things. So yeah, very trustworthy. Do I trust other people? It's weird that I can be trustworthy, but I have a hard time trusting other people. So I would say 3. I don't trust anybody at all. No. I seriously don't. And that's a history. That's my history. That comes from a history of anxiety, a history of abuse, a history of like when the people that you care about the most or that you trust the most or that you believe are there, that they should love you the most in this world, that they should be the one to stand up and protect you, when the one individual that you believe should stand up for your rights, to protect you, to love you, to care for you, with no ifs, ands, or buts, when they don't, that will break your trust for the remainder of your life. I'm telling you. I have dealt with that. There was someone who I assumed would be the person that would protect me. Okay? I'll give you an example. I am extremely protective of my children, even now, to this day, and they're like older. They're getting up into their late adult years, and I'm still protective. I would still go to bat for my kids, and I mean fisticuff, I mean in whatever manner, legally, whatever, okay? I would still go to bat for my children. So, very protective, so they can trust me that I will love them no matter what, forever and eternity. However, some people like myself, when that trust is not given, when I cannot trust somebody that you should normally be able to trust, that this person would love you forever, and you can't trust that person when that person has hurt you, physically, emotionally, psychologically, in whatever way, okay? You carry that with you throughout your whole life. You carried that with you, and I did. And then I got into relationships that were abusive. It's a cycle. And then I got into situations that were not respectful to me. It's a cycle. So I didn't trust anybody. I learned not to trust people because when I did, they hurt me. And so I carried that through and I mean, I'm 63 and I still have a hard time with trust. Yeah. You have to truly prove yourself before I'll trust you. So that one, I'm giving myself a 3. That's it. I'm being honest, right? Toughness. Yeah, I'm tough. I'm extremely tough, actually. I'm pretty resilient and pretty tough. I've gone through a lot of rough spots in my life, and I've made it through, and sometimes strictly by the fact that I have the gumption to do it. Simply as that. So toughness, I said I'm an 8. Tolerance. Oh. I have tolerated so much shit in my lifetime that I would give myself a 10 on that one. And I'm not even going to get into it, but I can tolerate a lot. I can tolerate a lot of pain too. Yeah, I can tolerate a lot of pain. In my health, I have had to deal with migraines and chest pains and leg pains and arm pains and Yeah, so 10. Strength. Now, if they mean physically, I'm pretty strong for a 63-year-old woman. I don't have to have anybody, like, take care of me in that regard. There were times when I lost my strength. I wasn't even able to open a bottle, but now I don't have that issue. So physically, I would give myself a 7. I give myself a 7. And mentally, I give myself a 10. Spiritually, I'm a strong believer, so my strength spiritually is a 10. Sincerity. When I say something, I mean it. If I say I love you, I love you. If I say that I have my doubts about you, I have my doubts. So I'm very sincere in what I say and how I mean it. Like, I'll tell you like it is, and I'm sincere. Yeah. So if I'm saying I'm concerned about you or I love you, and I mean it. Okay, so that's a 10. Selflessness. I have high compassion, but I also look for myself. I have to protect myself mentally, spiritually, physically, health-wise, okay? So I have to think about myself. So not always will I be selfless. I will think about my health, okay? But I'm selfless when it comes to my kids. If my kids need something and I have it, they'll get it. So I would give myself a 7. Self-reliance, 10. And that's self-explanatory. Responsibility, 10. Oh, wait, 10. Well, I pay my bills. I make sure my bills are paid. My house is clean. Yeah, I'd say 10. Yeah. Reliability, 10. 10 plus. Because if I say I'm going to do something, I do it. Jeez, these are long. Perseverance. Of course, 10 plus. Look at what I've been through. Just go back and look at my journey. A heart attack, 2 strokes, 3 bouts of cancer. And I'm still chalking up little successes. Okay, so patience. Am I patient? Oh, ask my kids. Not always. No, I can be, but not always. So I have to be honest. I'll have to give myself a 5. Yeah. Not always. Optimism. I think I did that one before. Optimism. Nope. Optimism. Am I optimistic about the future? Not always. Not always. Do I think that I'm going to heal well? I'm going to be able to heal my body? Yeah. But am I optimistic about the fact that maybe I'll be able to run a marathon? Not really. Not really. So optimism about the future? Not always. So I'd say 7. Mindfulness? Not always. No, not always. I don't always think about the repercussions of things that I say I do. I don't always. So I'll have to say 7. Loyalty? Honey, I'm loyal to a fault. My kids I am so loyal to my kids, like, it's unbelievable. So loyalty, but loyalty to anybody else. Well, in order for me to be loyal to you, I would have to trust you. And I have trust issues, right, from growing up and, going through my elder years and things. So I do have trust issues. So loyalty. If a friend has shown loyalty to me, I will reciprocate. I will always be loyal to my children, my grandchildren. one of my brothers, one, I will always be loyal to my brother. The one brother that I still have a connection to, which is not, it's sporadic, like it's once every like 10 years maybe, but that brother is in a specific lineup, right? There were 6 of us, and that was the brother that was second from the top. So, yeah. The second oldest brother, I will always be loyal to him, always. To a fault. Okay, so that's it. That's loyalty, is it? Just to the people I trust. So if I don't trust many people, I can't give myself a 10, right? So I'd have to say 8. I'll say 8. Love, 10. I love very hard and very deeply, especially my kids, my grandkids, my brother, and 2 of my cousins. That's a pretty small circle. Okay, so learning. I'm a strong believer in learning, so that's a 10 plus. I think you can learn at any age. Leadership. Well, I raised 3 kids. I was a boss, owned my own business. I would say 10. I think I could be a leader. Yep. Knowledge. I could learn more. We all could, right? So I'll have to give that a 7. Kindness. I'm not always kind. I have a few bad moments. I have a few times when I think, to hell with you, kind of thing. So I'm not always kind in thought, in spirit, in voice. Okay. I will not hit anybody. No, I will not hit anybody unless they hit me first. And even then, really, when I got attacked, I hit back, but I feared for my life. But I think I'm kind. I think I'm kind. I give myself a 9. Justice. I don't have to have that value really, like in me, because the divine is. So I believe in karma. I do believe in karma. Would I open up if I knew there was an injustice done to me? Yeah, I would. And at any point, I mean, if I felt that I had to, I would open up and I would get my justice. I would go to court. I would stand up in front of a group of people and tell my truth and get my justice. However, there's 2 sides to that, right? So if someone has hurt me really bad and I'm seeking justice and I take them to court, do I know the circumstances that caused that person to give that injustice to me? Okay. Now, if I know, and I have had an instance where there was an injustice done to me early on in my life, an injustice, a horrible injustice. But I have recollection and I have memory of that individual's life. And I understand why that individual was confused, why they were not thinking right, why they were not acting right, why they were not, their life wasn't easy. It wasn't easy, and so who do you hurt the most? You hurt the most the people that are closest to you, right? And so that individual, perhaps in their confusion and in their haste and in their anxiety and their hurt, they struck out at someone who was more vulnerable than them, okay? And I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's like getting the sense of power. I mean, I could get into it because I have social work background, so I did take psychology in that, but I don't want to. I want to take this as an individual. So Justice, yes, I believe in justice. Yes, I would stand up for myself physically if I had to. Yes, I would stand up for myself mentally in front of a court of law. Yes, I would. However, I would look at the wise. Yeah. And so this one particular, well, two particular individuals who hurt me early on in my life, okay? I know what they went through. I know things that they don't think I know. And so I see that karma has already provided justice in their lives. I just couldn't imagine going to bed at night and not thinking about the injustices or the damage that I had done to another person. I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine the guilt. I couldn't imagine the anxiety. I couldn't imagine the having to hide facts for your life, your whole life. I can't imagine hiding something like that. And so that is their karma. That is what is justice to me. Karma is justice to me. Would I ever stand up in front of a court of law and get my justice? Yes, of course I would. Yeah. But it would be for something like if someone stole from me, if someone, I don't know, whatever would be illegal, okay? So, but when it comes to the type of justice I'm speaking of, the mental, the physical, the confused anxiety, okay, that these people went through in their life, I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them. I will live with my trauma that I have. I will live with it. I will deal with it. I will move on from it. I will, if I need, I will get counseling. I will do what I got to do to heal from my trauma. And I would wish justice for them where they could speak their truth. And they can't. They can't. They can't speak their truth out of fear, out of ruining lives, out of... when you live in a lie for so long, you start to believe it. Yeah. And then when it starts to trickle down, you start to see like, ooh, that isn't true. You become scared and you hide things. You hide things. I've seen this. I've seen this in my field of study. I've seen it in my life, okay, where people hide the truth from other people. They blame others. They put the guilt elsewhere instead of putting it here. They put it elsewhere instead of putting it on their own plate. They put it elsewhere to make themselves feel sane, safe, loved, cared for, free of guilt. So, justice, I would definitely give myself, there is, I mean, nobody's perfect, right? So I've mentally maybe, broke some hearts at some point in my life, okay? And maybe I did it unfairly, okay? So I can't say that I'm totally justified in everything I do. So I will give myself an 8. Integrity. Well, after the spiel I just gave you, integrity, I would say, is about a 9 or 10. Inspiration? Hell. I'm inspired by life. I'm inspired by getting up in the morning. I look in the mirror and I see a 63-year-old woman looking back at me and I think, girl, are you going to make it to 70? Like, seriously, right? So I'm inspired to do new things. I'm inspired to leave my mark. I'm inspired to leave a smaller footprint. I'm inspired to live healthier. I'm inspired to not be addicted to drugs or alcohol or booze or drugs or alcohol or medications, okay? So I am inspired by many things, by nature, by the birds, by the animals, by the people I meet, by the different cultures I meet. So yeah, I give myself a 10 on the inspiration. And that is the last of the list. Like, look at that. Look at that. That's unbelievable. That's unbelievable. So the lowest ones I got, trust, I gave myself a 3. I don't trust a lot of people. trust and patience. Patience, I gave myself a 5. So trust and patience. You can kind of see where this goes, though, because trust and patience are the two values that I have, but not a high amount of. And on the other side, from the other day, I had forgiveness. I have a hard time forgiving, and that ties in with the trust, right? Yeah. And attentiveness. So I gave myself a 6 on that. So that kind of tells me a lot about myself. So that was a pretty good question. So I don't know if you're going to try it. I'll try to post the link for the 31-day challenge below. And if you're interested, perhaps make some videos and post it up on YouTube for us all to watch. So I'm enjoying this. This is getting me to realize who I truly am inside. And that's part of this process. Now, I am going to be writing a children's book. It's already in the planning stages, chapter by chapter. I'm looking forward to it. I used to love to write. I used to love to read. And so this is part of that experience that's going to help me develop my writing skills, okay? So if anyone out there is interested in writing a book, I suggest that that's what you do. And it kind of gives you a little edge, gives you a little edge. And I want to be able to put my thoughts together in a cohesive manner that's going to say something, that's going to mean something. So I shall see you on the next, 23rd, day 23 of my 31-day challenge, and I'm looking forward to it. So I'll see you then. The good Lord be willing. Namaste.